This episode of The Horror Show is brought to you by Megan Maddox, Ronnie Marks, Barfany. I love that name so much.
Barfany?
Barfany.
That's her name?
Yeah, Barf Scabs.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Barfany?
But her name's Bethany. But
Oh, okay.
she goes by Barfany.
She does not go by Barfany.
She like...
People in the real world call her Barfany.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so she does not go by Barfany. Like, you go... She goes to work. Like, oh, what do you like to be called? Beth? Or, oh, I like to be called Barfany. Be fucking insane.
Barf for sure. Fuck, I wish my name was Bethany. Anyway, Casey Edwards, Ashley Vinson, and Toaster. Old Toaster.
Old Toaster.
I like it. This week's episode is Death Spa. You can find it on Amazon.
AKA Witch Bitch.
Dude, fuck you. I was just waiting for that. Steven Taylor recommended this for us, so thank you, Steven. We're finally getting to some of these Patreon picks. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, Amazon streaming. Check it out and enjoy the show.
Paying attention in class. I was thinking about the adventures of Ash, about the misfortune of sitting kids at Crystal Lake. Became addicted straight away with the initial tape. God bless Betamax. VHS, holy like Amanda Kruger. I was introduced to genre flicks by Toby Hooper. I started craving more just like Larry the Looter. I collected VHS without commentary or bloopers. Through computers, magazines, a bunch of stores. Spent my money on movies and begged my mom for more. I'd watch the boys kill those Astro bastards 5 times a day or even more. I loved the gore. Lionel and Paquita combined their lonely hearts. I was hellbound, Cenobites tore my soul apart. I've seen them all, from Dracula to Vertigo. Listen up, welcome to The Horror Show with Sean and Joe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Horror Show. The show dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
I'm taking off my pants real fast.
It's fucking 1,000 degrees in here.
Why? It wasn't that hot before.
You're really taking off your pants.
Yeah.
This is very odd.
If news anchors do it, so can I.
News anchors do that?
Yeah, I don't know. They do it in the movies.
I was at least expecting you to have mesh shorts on.
They do it in the movies.
This is fucking bizarre. What the hell?
What's wrong? Dude, what's the difference between boxers and mesh shorts?
Well, I mean, there's another layer there.
Doesn't matter, dude.
Okay. I mean, whatever. It's not as hot as that time we did part 3 downstairs. Had heat stroke.
All right, so this is Death Spa, kicking it off. We wanted to do this at a spa.
We did want to do it. I mean, to be fair, we came up with the idea like late afternoon yesterday.
Dude, if we had thought about that sooner, that's so fucking funny. That would have been like the funniest shit ever.
I had suggested that we do it at the new spot, Mohegan Sun, and we would have been banned immediately.
100%.
But I think it would have been so funny to bring our equipment and like when your face is down, just do like a muffled show talking about that spot.
Like you can't move your chin
down. Yeah.
This is brought to you by Steven Taylor. Thank you, Steven. And your family, your daughters listen to the show. So, all right, we got an email from Lauren. It's a guy though. Lauren. Is it Lauren? Like it's like Lauren Michael.
Well, how does he spell it?
Loren.
Yeah, it's not Lauren.
It's Lauren.
Lauren. Kidding me?
He's got a good question though. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
He says, "What are your favorite metal bands? I'm personally am a death metal guy myself. Meshuggah, Cannibal Corpse, Cattle Decap, etc. But appreciate the core 4 of thrash and the like. Do you know what the core 4 of thrash are?
Anthrax, Slayer, Metallica, Megadeth.
Okay. It sounds like you both have a passion against nu metal, which I definitely share, but I'd be lying if I said Disturbed didn't help shape my high school years.
Listen, nu metal is great as a stepping stone. I'll argue that till I die.
I think nu metal's yeah. And I have a nostalgic love for nu metal.
Sure, we grew up during the rise of
it. Dude, like I like listening to Limp Bizkit. I do. I'm not even gonna fucking lie.
$3 bill.
$3 bill, y'all.
Listen, Counterfeit was a great song.
Significant Others too is a fucking.
Significant Other is the biggest pile of shit.
It's a fun album, dude.
It's not fun.
It's so fun.
Arguably the least amount of fun I've ever had listening to.
Get the fuck out of here. That's such bullshit. Disturbed. I mean, yeah, I guess I like them. Mudvayne. We talked about. We liked. I like Mudvayne a lot. But their music was fucking like instrumentally. was wild.
Yeah.
That was so fucking fast and crazy. Dig, what a fucking song for the pit, dude. Like, it makes me want to mosh right now. And I think I cut off his email, to be honest with you, because I think he asked us what are your favorite metal bands?
Okay. So we're gonna answer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I have a good answer because
I mean, it depends on the genre. I would say Black Sabbath for heavy metal is my all-time favorite, like traditional metal. Slayer is probably my favorite thrash. Fuck, I love death metal, man. I guess that Satanic Jezebel, the Satanic Jezebels and Deicide would probably be my favorite death metal band. Early Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Morbid Angel.
those are all good.
Carcass, fucking Bolt Thrower.
Bolt Thrower, I love.
Death, gotta say Chuck and Death. Black metal,
Celtic Frost.
I fucking love Celtic. Why are you saying that?
No, I'm just
Why are you
asking.
laughing? I fucking love Celtic Frost.
Venom too.
Venom's kind of goofy. I mean, Venom's good, but
I don't know. There's something about the goofy shit that I also like.
Venom used to prop fans up so their hair would blow when they played live. So
wait. Wasn't that
Henry
Nile?
Rollins
Wasn't that Nile?
I'm sure Nile does that too.
Nile
is not in my favorite death metal band.
Then you're a jerk. Yeah. So that's cool. I just saw this Porno Grind. Have you ever seen that?
Of course I have. Cock and ball
Cock
torture?
and ball torture. Oh my
Wait,
god.
don't you remember me playing them in college?
No, I was just.
Put them on like every.
I didn't know that they were considered porno grind. So
They're called cock and ball torture.
well, I just assumed they were just fucking death metal. The fucking subsections of metal could be reduced to hair.
No. When you hear cock and ball torture, the porno grind is the only thing that describes them. Or BoreCore.
Yeah, I was probably more of a. I was more like metalcore.
Okay.
Those bands.
Like As I Lay Dying.
I didn't really like the popular ones. Actually, I was just talking to that. We were just talking about that guy Frankie Muniz about those bands.
Okay.
But that's just because Connecticut had so fucking many of them, like fucking Hatebreed and things like that. So
I still love Hatebreed, but
I do too.
Suicidal Tendencies is honestly in my top 5.
Suicidal Tendencies was amazing live. Me and Joe went and saw Misfits, which I mentioned last episode in the intro. It was fucking.
It was incredible.
Best concert I've ever been to.
It was incredible.
It was fucking.
Every band ripped.
Yeah.
Wait, so were you going to answer your favorite metal bands, or you just?
I don't really know. Like I because I don't remember bands off the top of my head. I have to like pull up a list, I guess, or I could just pull up my Spotify and search metal.
Only you had this question beforehand.
Dude, I've had it for like weeks. Metal band. All right. I'm just gonna go through a list and see what you think, because these are just straight metal.
Okay.
Pantera.
I mean, I grew up on Pantera. I have a soft spot for them.
Yeah, they're good. They're all right, I guess. We said Megadeth. Judas Priest.
I love Judas Priest.
Really?
Fuck yeah, I love it. I think they're so.
Hellbent for life.
I mean, you could pick and choose here, like Turbo. I mean, of course, there's some things I do not like, but no, I like Judas Priest.
All right.
Green Manalishi.
Slipknot, we both like.
We do.
Alice in Chains.
I love Alice in Chains.
Motorhead.
I love Motorhead. I've seen Motorhead 5 times.
Lamb of God. By the way, I'm not answering because I'm agreeing. So yeah, just move on.
So Lamb of God, when they first came out, I really enjoyed them.
Loved them.
It's the kind of the thing where like their fan base, and this is so like bad to say, but like their fan base annoyed me so badly. I was like, I can't listen to them. But then when I go back to them, like I'll put on Ruin while I'm at the gym, or like it'll come on randomly, or like 11th hour, and I'm like, fuck, this song was awesome when it came out. Like I remember how much I used to like them.
It literally happened to me yesterday. I was going to text you about it because one of the songs from 11th Hour came on, and I was just like, this song fucking kills. Like, this is the most.
His vocals are pretty sweet.
They're pretty great. But again, yeah, it got really weird with them. Like, pretty quickly. It was like the second or third album after 11th
it's just
Hour.
like, I don't know, whenever you talk
Something
about metal,
dropped
like people would start screaming at you, be like, Lamb of God's the greatest band ever.
Yeah.
Like, all right, relax.
Fucking take
Same
it
with
easy.
System of a Down. Like I love System of a Down's first album.
And I think even Lamb of God had something with the lead singer where I stopped liking them as much. It got
very preachy.
Yeah, very preachy. And I think that's where it got weird for me. And he started wearing those little tiny glasses.
He did.
Fucking pissed me off so
The
bad.
Ben Franklin's.
Yeah, pissed me the fuck off so bad. Like, that shit annoys the fuck.
That is honestly probably the best reason to stop.
least metal thing I've ever
Looking
seen
at
in
an
my
asshole.
life. Like, we all know that metal guys are actually dorks in real life. But you don't go out there wearing those glasses and talking, spouting out your ass. Sepultura, I'm just going to name a few more.
Sepultura, you're naming like all my favorite bands because Beneath the Remains and Arise are like two of my favorite albums. Schizophrenia, fucking riffs upon riffs.
We almost saw them.
Remember when Brian was arguing that they weren't good in Chicago? So I played all the solos with my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
It did not win him over. But
And he was also like, that's not that song. Dio.
I like Dio.
That's good. Yeah. I love Dio. Here's a controversial one. Mastodon.
First of all, I don't even consider metal. And second, no, I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
I like Blood and Thunder.
I'm going to stop there. System of a Down's one we've talked about too, that somebody, a pal of ours ruined for us because he was preaching to Joe about how they might be like the greatest band ever.
Yeah.
And we were just like, well, no, I can't listen to them at all. All right, here's a classic metal band, Godsmack.
The greatest one you've named so far. Fucking Sully.
No single member of a band has ruined a band more for me than
And Sully?
Sully.
Really?
Yeah. Sully was such an annoying fucking
His
asshole.
name's Sully.
Yeah. Like, that can't be his name. That can't even be his name. Like, how the fuck is that a thing? And he looked like a jerk job. He acted like a jerk job.
He did.
I fucking hated everything about it. Stand alone. I don't even know the rest of their songs.
I'm doing
I'm just the one.
that
who-
song sucks so bad.
They all-
I'm doing the best I ever did. Oh,
I fucking hate Godsmack. So. I also hate Tool. I hate Tool too. Actually, that's not true. I like Tool. I like a decent amount of Tool, and then
I like Tool, but they're far from the greatest, which people seem to think they are.
which was really far.
feel the same way about
really
Death.
far. And honestly, I think Tool has a terrible hits per record ratio. Like good songs per
Honestly,
record.
I like their when they have like extended musical jams with some like recording of a conspiracy theorist screaming about aliens. Like I like that way more than him singing about like putting pieces together or whatever.
Whatever the fuck he sings about. All right, so that's it. Dark Throne. Do we mention them?
They're all right. I mean, honestly,
I could do this forever.
they're fucking. So they started off as a death metal band, and they had like great production value. And their first album, was Soulside Journey, sounded great. And then they're like black metal hit, so they recorded "Blazing the Northern Sky" and then "Transylvanian Hunger." And they played it like they never played an instrument. Like they did this on purpose. I don't know why people were okay with this. Like, how is that not selling out? Like they just hopped on a trend and just purposely played like shit because all the bands around them played like shit.
That's so weird. So they're from
They're from Norway.
Norway,
Yeah.
and they were just like, fuck
They
it,
were a legitimate death metal band. And then black metal like
took off.
took off or started. I guess they released theirs before Mayhem and did, but like the scene was picking up. So then they left the death metal and decided to record in like an underwater cave. Yeah, it's like Transylvania Hunger. The song is great, but like that album, at least for me, it's recorded so poorly. I can't even listen to it.
That's so fucking funny. All right, there you go, Lauren.
Immortal's great though. Emperor is great.
Creator.
I love Creator. Dark Angel, Ripping Corpse, Demolition Hammer. Yeah.
That's it.
That's all I
They're
gotta say.
good, man. They're good. Danzig.
Nah, not a fan.
Kind of suck. Talk about preachy guys.
I love Danzig.
I like crazy preaching guys, like Suicidal Tendencies and Danzig. Like Danzig's a little preachy, but like he doesn't make the shit he's preaching about. You're like, wait, is this guy talking about fucking like the occult right now? Like preaching about the occult?
Have you ever heard like old Rage Against the Machine live recordings?
No, I don't think so.
Zach will talk for like 9 hours, but like screaming about. It's to the point where like I don't even think he knows what he's saying anymore. I can't believe you're in your fucking underwear. It's honestly pissing me off. I can't believe we're supposed to be doing a show on Death Spa.
Oh, I thought it was a show on death metal.
You want to just do that and just release it?
Yeah, sure. All right. So Death Spa, released in the U.S. in 1990.
Okay.
It's widely written that it's 89, but that was overseas. That bug fucking stinks. Also known as Witch Bitch, which probably better named than Death Spa.
I would much rather have it been called
More accurate description.
I mean, Death Spa definitely killed people.
Yeah, but not really. It was a woman. Which, I mean, calling her a bitch is terrible. She's not really a witch.
But the spa was killing people.
By her control.
Dude, but like Death Spa's still an appropriate name for this movie.
I don't know about that. What did you think about Death Spa, the spa that eats?
So, I don't... It's certainly far from my most hated movie we've watched.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like...
It's in a weird category.
It's really weird because it sucks. There's no doubt about that.
The acting is atrocious from the lead actor.
The plot is fucking asinine.
And actually doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no sense. And like we'll get into it, but the fact they have like a super secret computer room in the spa, or like,
but it's not so secret. Everything about it made no sense. There is, and I know
kills are kind of fun.
I know the kills are all right. I know the continuity is not the right word, but it's just the most inconsistent movie of all time. Like it's just fucking all over the place.
But it's also exactly how you would expect a movie called Death Spot.
The weird, but I would have. It's so dude, they could have called it Death Spot and literally just done scenes of people being ripped in half by gym equipment and masseuses, and it would have been way better than this. It was fucking wild. So I read also that they had to heavily edit this movie to get it to a rated R rating. And the only thing I could think is that they had to heavily edit gore into it to like get it up. Like
it was a PG movie.
Yeah. Because
no, there's so much nudity.
Well, yeah, maybe they put that in too. I don't know because it made no fucking sense. It's wild. It's fucking wild. There's so much dialogue. It's so dialogue heavy for a movie about a gym that fucking killed. They fucking talk forever.
That is true.
And they let this fucking mutt, this lead guy, talk non-stop. And he can barely get his words out. It would be if we did it. I mean, that's the quality. It's so fucking bad. All right. So anyway, we open up Starbody Health Spa on a stormy, spooky night.
I'm so glad you take notes because I lost it just like 5 minutes after. What do we call this? Oh, BoreCore. BoreCore.
Which lines up with our fucking music intro. The next 2 weeks we've designated as BoreCore. Movies that aren't the worst movie you've ever seen, but they're so boring they fucking hurt.
They're like, it's so weird. It's like this own category of like perfectly mediocre.
Perfectly mediocre, somewhat boring, but it's fine. But it just, you could go to sleep. You could cut out 45 minutes of the fucking movie and be fine with it.
I mean, honestly, if you're interested in watching Death Spa, just like Google Death Spa kills, and I'm sure somebody could put them together.
It's so much better.
Like then you'll have a good time.
And Alone in the Dark, which we're doing next week, is actually, I'd say it's a step up for sure. But there were moments in that movie where I was just doing something else. Because there were scenes of just...
Sean, that movie is just... It's like a Shakespearean play.
It really is.
It's just people like...
It's fucking brutal.
Playing characters, but like nothing really happening. I don't understand.
It's so fucking weird. And a pretty good idea of a story, too, for Alone.
I liked it, man. There's so much...
It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. All right, so Starbody Health Spa. It's a stormy night. And blows out all the letters, and it says Death Spa out of the Starbody Health Spa.
Kind of liked it.
Why is this called a spa? Who calls a gym a spa?
Fucking assholes.
when they realized they couldn't release it, which bitch in America. A huge long intro, all from killer POV going through the gym. We got some gal doing aerobics, just dancing around. A lot of aerobic activity at this gym. This girl is gyrating, and
This intro is very long.
it's so long, but her gyrating makes me feel alive.
Okay.
It was heavy thrusts in that gyration. I was taken aback. We meet Marvin, Ken Foray. He'll do about nothing in this entire fucking movie, but somehow just pop up from time to time.
I forgot he was in the movie, and at the end, he's just like, "Hey!" Like he literally just pops his head and is like, "What's going on in here?" I'm like, "Holy fuck!" He was in this movie,
Dude, he shows himself regularly for the first third of the movie, then disappears, and like Joe says at the end, he's like, "Hey, wait a minute, guys," and you're like, "Oh yeah, Ken Foray."
It's unbelievable.
Ken Foray and Laura is our leading lady. I assume they were dating because Ken Foray kisses her on the mouth right now, and it's like, "Peace out, like have a good night, lock up when you're done, I'm out of here." Kisses her on the mouth. Like, oh, that's okay, cool. They're dating. They're not. Laura's basically married to this other guy later. I don't know what the fuck happened here. Laura's played by Brenda Backey. She's in Demon Knight.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's also the love of my life. When she gets naked right here, the 70s Bush in this 1990s film is unbelievable. Did you notice that?
Sean, I mean, I too have eyes. It'd be very hard to not
You could stick a ruler in it, and it's probably 3 inches tall.
The bush?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was fascinating how tall it was. Like it was, because I should know all these women are laying in like the sauna whenever they're naked. Right. So it's up, man.
Is that what happens?
Did it
gets erect.
This is a liberal show, Joe. Just don't. Anyway, she goes in the sauna. She's butt ass naked. But she's abruptly awakened.
There's so much nudity in this movie.
So much shower.
It was great. Dude, was there women's showers in the gyms like that in the 70s?
I mean, I'm sure there was women's gyms. Did women prance around naked like that?
I was asking if there was women's gyms. Like, of course there was. But I was asking about the showers. Like, you just stand that close to them.
Oh, like group showers, like high school. I don't know, man.
Was there why is there even high school group showers?
It's a whole other question. And it's also a whole other question why parents...
Was there high school group showers?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
How were the ones in Cheshire?
I don't know. I never showered. Who the fuck showered in gym?
Dude, the gym in our middle school, it was like the Carrie showers.
But nobody used it.
No.
Yeah, because
what are you, psychotic?
That's my entire point. Who the fuck uses them?
Oh, well, if he uses them, I don't know. But yeah, like why this gym shower is the most popular place in the fucking gym.
All the girls hang out there.
Every girl's in there. Literally every shower head is running. It's not two girls. Yeah, it's fucking wild. They cast all those gals out of a porn agency, if you could believe that.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
That's true. It's a true fact. You couldn't tell by their enormous breasts and willingness to be nude on film for probably nothing. So anyway, she's abruptly awakened from her sauna. Steam starts flooding in. She tries to escape. Also, a weird thing, the steam in this movie, you don't know what it does, but it kills you somehow.
Not all the time.
I know, but sometimes it's just like, steam. And then sometimes it's like, steam.
Sean, they can easily also just move. There's the one scene where they're all packed in like cattle and the steam is killing them. Yeah. Some of the girls are just leaving like you should, and other girls are just standing there just taking it to their face.
I know. So the steam starts flooding in. The door's locked. There's a giant window on the door. She doesn't do anything about it until she's fucking blind. And then she finally breaks the glass and jumps through. Cut to some guy running around the hospital like a maniac who should 100% be shot by a security guard. He's literally opening up emergency room door, like surgical doors, and being like, Laura! And finally a doctor runs up to him and is like, "Oh, are you looking for Laura?" He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, come with me."
Security in the 80s, dude.
I didn't give a fuck. Michael's the owner of the spa. He's checking in on Laura, who is also his lover, as we'll find out. Mm-hmm. She got some low-grade chemical burns.
Shower. Or the steam room, whatever.
In the steam room, because somebody put chlorine in the steamer. Inside the gym, people are working out as oddly as possible. As per usual in any movie that takes place in a gym, it appears everyone's never been to a gym in their life. They're doing the weirdest workouts, like with group workouts, like two guys holding one dumbbell and just like fucking swinging it around. It's just fucking odd.
And like you said, this movie came out in 1990, but it was filmed in 89, but still manages to be the most early 80s movie.
Dude, earliest 80s movie
like,
ever.
The music, the way people are dressed, nobody was dressed like that in
Ken
89.
Foray is wearing something that no one wore after 1979 in this scene. He's wearing like a rainbow fucking jacket robe thing. I don't even know how to explain it. It looks like something out of that fucking god-awful Tommy movie. The Who?
The Who, yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Why have you seen Tommy?
My dad forced me to watch part of it when I was a kid, and I was like, this is a fucking nightmare. And I think I went and like stared at a wall instead because it was so much better than fucking Tommy. Elton John. Well, it was good. Elton John was good, but that's it. Just thinking about Paul's dad's Elton John theory. Anyway, we see a weird camera in the gym. It's got some crazy lights on it. And it goes to this control room where guys are watching it and just fucking with patrons of the gym. These guys should be fucking murdered for doing this, in my opinion. Like they're increasing the resistance on a bike.
Yeah, and there's no way that's legal.
No, total pieces of shit. Well, the cops show up. They have some questioning of who put chlorine in a steam shower.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. He explains that the spa is run by his former brother-in-law. Why is he your former brother-in-law, they ask. Because my wife's dead, he says. Brother-in-law is the only suspect here. Mm-hmm. And they go and talk to him, and he's using some pretty impressive computer lingo for late 80s, talking about hacking. But his definition of hacking was not... it's like playing with the computer. And they're like, oh, okay, seems legitimate. He's like, here's some printed paper to prove that I was hacking last night. And they're like, all right, we'll look at these. Now, again, we've talked about inept cops a lot. I think these might be the worst cops.
No.
Joe, when the building starts
Lest
going...
you forget that fucking Baghead movie.
Dude, at least they were...
Sean, there's a scene with the car keys in that movie. That's one of the most stupid things. Like a human being could not do what these cops were doing in that movie.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, man. So
was it? Oh, Town That Dreaded Sunshine.
Town That Dreaded Sunshine. Yeah.
It's so hot in here, I can't talk.
Take off a layer, man. Pop a shirt off.
I'm only wearing one. My tits are too big. They're distracting.
Well, when did it get so fucking hot?
It's been like this since I came here.
No, I know, but like when? Why?
Like what?
It was like cool today.
It was most definitely not. It was like 92 degrees.
Oh, I was inside all day. So I'm like sweating so hard, and I'm drinking hot coffee. Do you want ice water?
No.
Would you like me to stand up again?
Please don't.
Are you avoiding me standing? So brother-in-law is the suspect, obviously, for good reason. But at the pool, we see a patron about to go off the diving board, and we see a bolt unscrewing by itself.
So, like, this diving board isn't unusually high, by the way. It's just like a standard diving board.
Yeah.
And literally what happens is that bolt comes out, and when like she's already like the process of jumping, and then the board falls down, which would honestly affect you so little other than give you like a little startle.
Yeah. But she's very upset.
Yeah.
She's all fucked.
And the guy's like, how would this happen?
How would the goddamn diving board break loose? We were
I mean, if that happened, you wouldn't even. You'd just be like, "Fuck!" Like, thank God nobody got hurt.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
probably tighten these screws.
yeah, for sure, because it has nothing to do with the computers.
You wouldn't just be like, "I bet this has to do with the fucking chlorine."
The chlorine caper. We also learned that the brother-in-law's sister was actually a twin. I guess that maybe kind of factors in a little bit. Michael's freaking out in his office about all the events that have been happening and finds a fucking bird's nest in his office with a slimy, disgusting bird dying in it. Fucking David Cronenberg scene for you. Fucking the most disgusting looking dead bird I've ever seen.
This guy is not happy about it.
No.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. He runs into his brother-in-law's computer office being like, why'd you do that?
Bird's nest. You really crossed the line.
We won't learn about the bird's nest.
So you've already forgot that it fucking happened.
We get a girl shower scene, which is wonderful. It's great. Until more fucking steam starts coming out. This is the one where the girls were just looking into the steam, being like, ah, while the smart ones just ran. But even more,
the tiles are popping off
tiles are popping off
of the wall, and they're breaking in half, and they're becoming projectiles.
It's so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. They're just tiles shooting out, and they're like, ah! Like at this point, it's so fucking odd that the gym is still open. Like, you have security cameras everywhere.
Dude, once somebody was poisoned by chlorine in the sauna room, you shut that shit down for a day and make sure that there's nothing else.
Yeah. The gym literally doesn't shut down for a minute.
No.
They don't take an hour to train people.
How could they? There's people in there all fucking day. It's wall to wall all day.
And it's the same people too. Michael's concerned about this tile event, but not really. He's kind of just like, oh wow, that's weird.
That would be so alarming.
That's so fucking
to have tiles shoot off of a wall.
And it's not like one girl said it, and he's like, oh whatever.
No, people were getting cut by it.
Right. Like people are injured.
Physical evidence. Plus the steam is burning them.
And Michael's like, oh gee golly, this is odd.
We'll see that every day.
And then while this is happening, some guy named Robert goes up to the fly machine.
This scene was honestly, my wife made me rewind it.
It's so funny. It's so funny because this machine could not do this to it. The injury that it causes could not be done by this machine ever.
You could also just have let go. Like he was like, move your arms. Like, kidding me? So he's doing like the pec flies. So you have your arms out and you cross them in front of you. Right. I don't know why I'm moving my arms like people could see.
But yeah.
If it's actually on the cover of the DVD.
Okay.
He's in that machine. And it goes backwards and backwards and backwards. Really, it should have just ripped his arms off.
Tore his rotator cuff.
Yeah, or like if you wanted to be over the top, just rip his arms right off. But instead, it affects his lower abdomen.
His abdomen splits in half.
The blood squirts.
And he's just like, ah.
My wife was like, nah, screaming. She's like, I can't believe it. I was like, really? I swear to God. She made me rewind it. She's like, you have to rewind it.
Just in case you didn't notice.
By the way, I didn't, because I was like, this is stupid.
So a man is ripped in half at the gym now. We have chlorine burns.
This guy's not ripped in half. He didn't fall apart.
That guy's dead, though.
No, he's killed. I just want to clarify.
I mean, he's split.
Well, he's punctured.
Not dude.
Just ruptured.
I don't know about that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. A man was fucking torn apart in a piece of gym equipment. Cut to Michael and his lawyer, and the lawyer's like, hey, man, because Michael's like, we should shut the gym. Michael doesn't even want to shut the gym down. He's just like, can we turn off the computers for a little bit? Because the computer went haywire, the computer was like increase weight.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
because the guy was hearing it, which again, the guy was in normal position while it was saying that, and he was just going, no, I don't want this to increase, and just holding as it get back farther and farther back.
And the lawyer's like, hey man, you can't shut the system down. That's what makes this gym unique. This lawyer will have a side plot that goes nowhere. And the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That storyline makes no fucking sense. It has nothing to do with the movie.
I mean, Sean, none of the storyline makes sense. Like I said, you'll have a much better time if you just watch like death spot kill scenes on YouTube.
By the way, our fan base totally split on whether they like this or not. A lot of people like it as a funny, bad movie. Barfany's one.
I already forgot about that comment.
DJ Intel owns it.
But does he like it? Because I own so many movies that I hate.
Dre likes it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but I mean, they hate. It's a great bad movie.
They hate fuck it, yeah.
I think if you watch this with people, it would be a lot funnier.
I would say a lot of the movies that we watched, if we were with people, like if we had Brian, Amato, and Paul over
to watch these,
it'd be a hoot.
Yeah. We should do that for a Patreon thing one day.
Have them
all of
over?
us sit down and watch it together.
You tell me when.
All right, because that would be funny as fuck. That would be so fucking funny.
I agree.
And outlandish and heavily edited.
It cannot be live.
Yeah, it can't be live. How can you just not say things? Okay, never mind. I don't want to get into it. Just like, how can you not censor yourself as much as Paul and Mike have a problem doing? Anyway, Michael goes to pick up Laura, who's now blindish. This is when we learn.
Did you notice how many of them work out and like immediately drink like a 40 ounce?
I didn't. Michael picks up Laura. She's blindish, and they're fucking, man. They're blind ass Laura.
Blindish.
Yo, if your girl comes home blind, you gonna do a candlelight dinner for her? I mean, I'm gonna say it's a candlelight dinner, but I'm not.
Oh, you're just gonna lie to her?
I'm not setting it up.
All her other senses will be gone. She won't know.
Like, it'll be like a good meal, but she don't need the fucking. Like, he decorates the table and shit.
That he does. He puts way too much effort.
Yeah. Your girl's blinded by a chemical burn, and we're debating whether you light 2-cent candles for her just to be nice. By the way, how about her essentially eating that asparagus at the dinner table too? Possibly one of my favorite things. So fucking gross. Like, it's a skinny dick. Licking a skinny dick. Like, she's taking the top of the asparagus like
No, I'd say
like it's a penis, and it's the weirdest fucking thing I've possibly ever seen.
also probably like the worst. Asparagus is the worst food to eat before you get romantic.
Oh, is it? I know it makes your pee smell.
So I'm sure it makes your other stuff smell too. Your love juice.
Dude, Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam?
That's what Pearl Jam's name comes from.
What?
Think about it. Pearl Jam.
I don't get what you're talking about.
Oh, I thought we were talking about guy stuff.
No, I was talking about both.
Oh, yeah. Pearl Jam.
That can't be why they named themselves that. Pearl Jam?
The 90s, brother.
What? Hold on.
Why? What does their name mean then?
I don't know. Fuck.
Huh? Buster?
Yeah, that is 100% not why they're called Pearl Jam.
Says who, Joe?
All of them.
Well, now they don't want you to know.
It's the creative conflict that turns the grain of sand into an oyster into a jewel.
Oh, wow.
Fucking cum.
Some guy at work told me that the other day.
Yeah, our buddy Matt, rest in peace, always told me that brown-eyed girl was about butt sex. A girl that loves butt sex. And now that's all I can think of when I hear it.
That's stupid. All right. Well, go back to the gym. There's a gal in the locker room. She's just stabbed by a giant rod that like shoots out of the fucking showers. I don't know. It's so fucking odd. Michael's fucking around with security. Lauren is blindly and successfully going to her locker and finding a ring. She got no fucking eyeballs.
Two huge things over her eyes. Nobody's had less eyes.
Goes into a dark locker room and finds her ring, whatever it is. It's really fucking weird. And we see this woman roaming the halls. It looks like a fucking corpse. JK, just Darla creeping around a closed spa like a ghoul.
Why is she doing that?
Dude, the spa was closed.
Why?
They came to get the ring, and this woman's just This woman's just like walking around the fucking
Like a
spot
maniac.
like a ghoul, wearing a corpse mask. It's so fucking weird. The red herrings in this movie are so terrible.
Yeah, because you don't care enough. You're like, I already know what's happening.
Yeah, we know what's
killing
happening. It's so funny because it's weird because this woman's roaming around like a ghoul, right?
Right.
So you're like, oh, is Michael's wife roaming the ghost that's roaming around? Well, it turns out
She is.
she is exactly like this woman.
But this woman's just being an asshole.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
Also, not reprimanded at all for this.
That's like it's like the guy that wrote on Wikipedia about Benoit like committing suicide. Like this woman just happened to be recreating what happens every night in the fucking place.
Someone messaged, I think it was Rob, messaged me about the Kevin Sullivan theory.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, when did I ever say that? Like, what?
We were delirious at that point. It was so fucking late. Speaking of late, this episode's got to wrap up, and we've got plenty more Death Spot to talk about.
There's so much so much non-events to talk about.
Michael is sitting on his porch. Flashbacks to his wife's death, who a lot more morbid than I expected.
Some of these flashbacks, it wasn't me, because I was also getting delirious watching it. They get more and more ridiculous, right?
100%.
Because like this one,
I mean, and then out the jump, it's bad. This woman is sitting, he's flashing back to his wife, and she's like, Michael. She's in a wheelchair, which we don't know about. She's sitting in a wheelchair,
we do know about.
dousing herself in gasoline,
Right.
and then lights herself on fire. It's like, Michael. And then he wakes up and is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the reason she's in the wheelchair is like the most depressing, unnecessary backstory that you need.
Which
for
will
movie.
come shortly. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. So Michael, being this has been his wife's been dead 10 years, but he finally decides to go see a paranormal investigator about it. The guy tells us
with whom he argues with.
The guy tells the story of his life, and he's like, "Yeah, Doc, I know it was in all the papers." The guy's, it's just like the most asinine story about his wife, just that she, whatever. He brings an object from his wife for the guy to scan, and he reveals literally everything. Mangle expert to the max. He scans this thing. She was paralyzed from labor. Never got over it. Was jealous and resentful of Michael, I guess, for walking.
Yep.
Did she lost the child, I suppose?
She did. He mentions it quite a few times.
I don't think I ever caught it, honestly. And he just rattles off a bunch of terrible shit that happens to this woman. And that's why she lit herself on fire in a field.
Yes.
Oh, wait. And that, by the way, that's when he's like, oh, this was in the news years ago, Doc. So the doctor's like, you know what? I'm going to come to the club. I'm going to pretend to be an insurance investigator. And I'm going to scan the club and see if I can find anything. Because even though he was just revealed to be a fraud, Michael's like, yes, please come walk around the gym for a little bit and tell me nothing. He also pulls out a gun for some reason and is like, just in case. Whatever. Turns out guns can kill the ghosts.
Yeah. About time.
I'm all for equal opportunity, killing ghosts with just bullets. Cut to David, the brother-in-law's room. I think his name's David, right?
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit? And he's just yelling, I can't be doing this anymore, Catherine. We're hurting people. So, like, they don't even save the reveal. Like, you know what's happening to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what's fucking happening.
The wife is back.
The wife's back.
Jealous.
She's possessing the brother. You even get that from this much. So it kind of kills any reveal that happens. Like when she shows up, it's not like, oh my God, it's Catherine. It's like, oh yeah, well, Catherine's here finally. Yeah, so it's fucking weird. The cops are back. They're saying one of the gym patrons has been missing. They would shut this club down so fucking fast. It's unbelievable. And Mike's like, I don't know. I haven't seen her.
It should have been shut down within the first 10 minutes.
Michael, his brother-in-law, should be in jail.
He should be killed on sight.
The doctor shows up. He starts doing nothing. In the girls' locker room, Linda, another character we don't know about, but we're expected to give a shit about, gets a note. Meet me in the basement. Follow the map. Love, Michael. And she holds it to her chest like a fucking child. Where did you find a picture of it?
I've been searching so hard.
Joe found a picture of the asparagus. Can you save that? Because I want to.
That's going to be my Instagram post.
Oh, damn it. Okay. In the basement stairwell, for some reason, they have an area of people just hurling boxes down the stairs. Weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is the most dangerous, poorly lit, scary basement in the history of horror movies. Including Freddy Krueger's basement scenes. Like, this is the most terrifying basement, and this poor girl's just walking around it looking to get fucked by a gym owner. There is no dick in this world that I can imagine a girl would be like going down there for this. Fabio's dick? Are girls still into Fabio?
Why would anybody? Why would Fabio be the go-to?
Are girls still into Fabio?
Were girls ever into Fabio?
That's a great question. Maybe imagine he was marketed for women as long as he was, but they just never gave a fuck to ask a woman if they were interested in him.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Have you seen Fabio?
He's such a fucking disgusting creature. That's funny as fuck. Oh my god. Whew, that's funny. So the sprinklers start going off and blasting her, as always, like in every other fucking scene of this movie. Water and steam are to blame for another murder here.
That they are.
She falls on the ground, and for some reason, she starts melting. Fucking melting.
But like her heart is still beating at the end because like her chest disappeared. It dissolved.
She has no body.
Yeah.
But her heart's beating, and she's still somehow going, oh.
Never seen a more dead corpse.
She's a fucking liquid. She's not even a solid at this point. Oh fuck. We also see a woman creeping around. It's fucking Catherine. So don't worry about it.
The version that you watched it on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to point out this is so beautifully restored.
Oh yeah.
Why? Well, why did anybody do that?
I'm pretty sure there's a Blu-ray release of this out there.
No, there is.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't know. There's that Vinegar Syndrome company, and they restore some weird shit. I don't think that's who did this one. Maybe Arrow. Arrow releases some bullshit too.
That is true.
Anyway, Michael's looking for David at the spa. And they're like, I don't know where he is. So he's like, oh my God. And drives home as fast as he can. This movie's so fucking boring. It's just Michael driving from place to place trying to find David.
It is. And
he always finds David.
Always. And there's always flashbacks at the weirdest times of this, his wife lighting herself on fire.
Every time the whole movie is him being like, where the fuck's David? And they're like, oh, I have no idea.
Finds him.
There's going to be a confrontation. Finds him. And he's like, hey, David, don't be such a fucking creep. And then just walks away. That's it. That's the extent of it. There's points where he's just like, oh, don't let that little bastard in here. Like, it's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. This movie sucks. Michael goes home, finds out David was at his house without him there, telling his girlfriend that he needed to mess with the terminal per Michael's orders. Michael's like, I never said that. This is the most alarming thing you could ever hear in your life from a guy you think is murdering people. And he's just like, huh, wonder what that bastard's up to. Can you imagine? Imagine
comes to your house.
Your wife is like, hey, your arch nemesis was here and fucking with everything of yours.
You'd probably be like, why did you let him in?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I know you're blind, but you're not fucking stupid. Like, come on. What the fuck's the matter with you? This movie jumps around so much and not in a good way. Usually the good movies we watch, it's a lot of cuts showing things that are going on. This is a nightmare. This is a fucking jump cut nightmare.
I like your point before. As we're talking about it right now, I would have had so much more fun if it was a group setting.
Oh,
like
yeah,
if you're just gonna sit down and like try to
Watch this as a
unwind,
film.
just stop it. I'll just
try to unwind while watching Death Spot. I've never been more stressed out in my life. I went to fucking bed the first night I tried watching it. I was like, this is too much. I had a long day. I just want to go to fucking bed. Anyway, the doctor's walking around the gym still. Why is that still happening? Joe,
He's
was
been there
this like
since the
cutting
beginning.
between day and... I'm so fucking flustered right now.
it was not. He's just still there.
He's just there waving his light up dildo around, trying to find ghouls. Instead, he finds a dead woman.
The one that was just melted.
Yeah. He's confronted by Catherine, who just throws him around like a rag doll.
Yes.
And explodes a gun in his hand, blowing off his fucking hand.
Some of these deaths were all right.
That was cool, but like it's so fucking weird. Michael, for some reason, is walking around his house now. Michael, come to me. Come to me. I need you. It's so easy to jump. Just jump, Michael, and we'll be together. And Michael runs up the stairs. Like, this is a scene that I think if we all watched together, I'd be crying laughing just because everyone else would be laughing. Like, this scene was so asinine. Michael is outside his house, like pacing, and Catherine's upstairs on the balcony, like, Michael, come, jump, jump. And Michael's like, huh? And like looks up and just starts running, sprinting up the stairs, runs up to the balcony and just jumps off Superman style. Fucking dies. It's a dream, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it is. Man, if the movie just ended like that, it'd be a top 10 movie ever.
This movie doesn't end far from that, from the abruptness of that, honestly.
The
This
final
ending is
scene?
so fucking weird. It's so unsatisfying. Nothing's resolved at the end of this movie.
It's not, and it's even more stupid. It's like
That would have been a reasonable ending, to be quite honest with you.
I wish that movie had the balls to just have his main character run, Superman dive out a window, and then just end the movie.
Because a ghoul told him to.
Yeah, which is honestly probably the most realistic thing. If a ghoul is telling you, like, you just be like, "Fuck it, this is over." I would 100% throw myself out
And
the
is
window.
ruining your business and killing people.
Yeah, I'd be like, it's over.
This ghost is going to get me some way.
Might as well be now. It's just prolonging the inevitable.
Michael was just in bed.
Yeah.
But then he goes to it cuts and he's just in the gym now. Just he doesn't wake up. Yeah, it's so weird. He's accusing. Oh, he runs to his what is he? Oh, he goes to the gym, looks for the doctor, doesn't find anything. He finds a watch though from a previous scene that I had no idea what was happening until this scene. But he finds a watch over by this panel, and he goes to his lawyer's house. Good morning, Tom, old buddy. We don't know Tom, by the way, so this is all new to the viewer. It's great. Tom's his lawyer. He's accusing him and this girl that also just randomly showed up in the movie and was just like, "I own the gym." It was so fucking odd. Accusing them of sabotaging everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah." Like, I think they did the chemical burn. Because he's like, did you put chlorine in the vents? And the woman's like, the doors don't lock, Michael. She could have gotten out. So I think that's her saying, yeah, but she wasn't supposed to be hurt.
That is interesting.
Which this movie,
Why?
This movie is stupid enough to do that because
No, that's a
it's
good
just
point.
taking away one more ghost kill. The ghost is not doing all that much anymore.
Like, why were they doing that?
Well, that's the other plot. The side plot is I don't know why they're trying to sabotage this gym. I don't even know what they're fucking after because later on in the movie. So Michael confronts him here and then just leaves. And it's just like, oh, you fucking assholes. Because they are trying to sabotage the gym.
Right.
Because later, this lawyer and the woman go to try and steal, I don't even know what from the gym. They go into Michael's office and they're like, oh, I got it. And they pull out like a file. Like, what is in there? They steal it though, and they're like, we're going to be rich. And then they're both murdered. But why is that even happening?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Ken Foray's back.
Like we said in the beginning, he was not in any of these scenes that we have talked about.
No, he's back.
That fucking loud ass outfit.
He's back. And Michael's like, hey, we got to find David. Don't let him anywhere near the computer. He's telling everyone, don't let anyone into the fucking computer room. And in about 2 seconds, the guy lets Catherine into the computer. He's like, hey, how'd you get in here? She literally opened the door. Also, the cops are at the gym still. They've never left, and they're just partying with everyone.
Biggest party gym ever.
And by the way, things start happening in this gym. People start getting thrown through windows. People start dying, and the cops are nowhere to be seen. They're just drinking. Anyway. They go to David's house, the cops and Michael. They find all of Catherine's shit there. Her underwear's on the computer screen. And they're like, hey, this guy's a real... Oh, the cop goes, I knew this guy was a wacko. You probably should have arrested him.
Yes.
Because he's responsible for the murder of several people. Yeah, I knew this guy was nuts and a murderer.
What a thing to say.
I know. Michael calls the gym, tells everyone to, be careful. Instead of just shutting the gym. Instead of being like, hey, close the gym.
Close the gym. Like,
and don't let anyone in. There's 30 minutes left of this fucking movie at this point. Fucking nightmare. We are way over time. So Catherine is walking around this party as herself. It's a Mardi Gras party. So you think that, you're like, they're going to use this to their advantage.
Wear a mask.
Catherine's going to be in disguise.
Yeah.
So no, Catherine is walking around as Catherine. Michael's dead wife is a looker too.
Pretty good looking.
Pretty good looking.
Well, the girl from Fresh Prince.
The girl from Fresh Prince is in this?
One of them.
Really?
Hillary? Is that her name?
Oh, she was always fine. Anyway, we can skip a bunch of this.
Yeah.
Catherine is now dressed as a man, dressed as a pirate, because she kills the guy in the computer room, takes control of the computers again. Say goodbye to your club, Michael. Oh, that wasn't Catherine. That's the lawyer in a completely different storyline, stealing a folder. Catherine tries to break the record for the slowest murder ever. Is doing a pretty good fucking job.
Slowest murder ever.
She ties poor Laura up to a tanning booth.
Yes.
That's it. It's the shittiest thing I've ever seen in my life. And she's threatening Michael. She's like, one move. And I'm like, just kill her. Just fucking kill her.
Yeah, right.
What are you here for, Catherine? If not to kill Laura and Michael, what are we here for? What are we doing? What are we doing, Catherine?
But like, what was she doing? I mean, I'm legitimately asking you.
I don't know. She's like trying to gain control of the gym.
That's what it appears, which is insane because
she's a ghost.
It's well, yes. The sequel is just her behind the desk running the operations.
Her behind the desk realizing she can't use money for anything. It's like, oh, I could just steal everything.
But like, you would think that her purpose was to kill the new lover.
So the real purpose is for Michael to die and for him to come to hell with her.
Yes.
Which she's really excited about. She's like, come to hell, it's the best.
Right.
I was like, oh, wow, that's weird.
I just don't understand.
I don't understand. Why did she wait 10 years?
Also, she can kill people.
Like 10 years.
Why is she's literally been killing everybody.
Everyone.
Why
could have killed Michael in
him?
sleep.
Yeah.
And what happened? Like 10 years, she was like, hey, wait a minute.
Also, he doesn't seem that bad of a guy.
He seems like a genuine. He waited 10 years to date someone, and everyone's really hot about this. Like everyone's like, "Whoa, geez, Michael, you might want like take it easy." Where's Laura? He says, working on her tan. Haven't you been getting my messages, Michael? I'm lonely. So she wants Michael to kill himself, and whatever, man. Catherine and David start fighting for control of the body. She's inhabited David's body,
yes.
but is Catherine. And Michael's just standing there while they're fighting for control, being like, "Come on, David, fight her, David. Come on, David." Like, I would just shoot the fucking body. Like, shoot him.
Right.
But instead, Michael finally remembers his girlfriend is being cooked alive in the other room. So he goes to save her. Does so very easily. Then performs CPR on her while she's breathing very clearly. I've never seen somebody more visibly breathing. Like her chest. It's so weird. Well, Catherine says, you're coming to hell. But Ken Foray grabs her. She just throws him through a window. She goes, everyone in this place is going to die. And again, the police are in here. There's 2 police officers in this building. Ken Foray was just thrown through a plate glass window and everyone's like, oh, and no police officers did. They're just like, whatever. Meanwhile, Blender Girl starts getting blended.
Blender Girl. Like I said, some of these fucking scenes or kills
Here's the weird thing. So like you expect, like she's like, everyone in this place is going to die. I wanted just like nonstop gym equipment kills.
I did too.
And instead, a girl gets her hand caught in a blender, which why couldn't she just take her hand out of it?
Great question.
There's a man pulling on the blender and it won't come off her hand. Literally makes no sense whatsoever. And there's that kill. And then an eel, a dead eel, attacks the police officer and kills him. And those are the 2 kills that we see.
That is so stupid.
The rest of the kills, are done by people in a panic trying to escape the gym. I mean, the gym has caught fire.
Pandemonium, yeah.
Pandemonium, which is also, honestly, maybe a little more gruesome. Watching people be trampled to death, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
And you see it, and it's pretty fucking vile. Anyway. Oh, Clown Girl just fucking explodes. The girl dressed up in the clown outfit. She wakes up, she just fucking explodes. It's fucking incredible. Oh, man. The building's on fire. People are running. They're on fire. Michael comes up with a terrible idea to hold the power cable and the computer cable together. It's not a terrible idea because,
Sean, it is a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea because literally if you did that, nothing would happen.
Right.
But instead,
That is why it's a terrible idea.
Instead, he's doing spoilers for Infinity Wars. He's doing the fucking Thor holding 2 things together and electricity running through his body. Is that a spoiler? Not really.
That's literally...
People would be like, what?
Yeah. Why would that affect anything?
When it happens, people would be like, oh.
Imagine someone being upset that you ruined Thor holding things. That's literally what you just ruined. Didn't describe what they were.
I don't know, man. People think I'm a liberal cuck. So.
Well, you are.
I guess so. Anyway. So he's holding these 2 cables together. He's being electrocuted because he's screaming in pain. You almost think Michael might be giving his life to save the gym, but he just sits down and takes a rest. And it's totally fine.
All that blue, that 80s blue electricity.
So much blue electricity. And it somehow lights Catherine on fire.
Who's a ghost?
Who's a ghost? But fun fact, it's also doing nothing to Catherine. I thought, because everyone's at the door banging to get out, so I thought blowing up the computer and blowing up Catherine would somehow release her hold on this. And instead, Catherine's just on fire behind the panel, being like, like nothing's happening. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. So, I mean, I don't know. It seems like job accomplished. Good job, Catherine. You decimated almost everybody. But I'd say she did what she needed to do. And then the computer, a cop out of nowhere is like, oh, fuck this computer shit, and shoots the handle to the door, which just opens it. You didn't want to do that when the fucking 40 people were trying to get out of the fucking
Trapped,
gym.
dying.
Also, she does this to the door to the computer room just to fight Catherine.
Yes.
Who's on fire and
And dying slowly.
and then the cop shoots Catherine, and that's what does her in.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Well, she's melting.
The door's open, people leave. And then Catherine
Nice try, Michael.
and her shitty melted body starts talking. And then shit sprays out of her eye. It's the most unnecessary ending.
Buses. But that is how it ends.
That's how it ends.
She's like half melted in her eye.
But it's fine. It's like freeze because she's dead anyway.
She is already dead. She's been shot and she's still alive.
And it freeze frames, and that's the end of the movie. It is the least satisfying, one of the least satisfying endings I've ever seen. Because what the fuck? Like, the gym is in ruins. She murdered so many innocent people, which is what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
The only thing she didn't get is Michael, and she clearly is like, nice try, I'm gonna get you. So nothing is accomplished in this movie whatsoever.
Yeah, thanks for wasting our time, Death Spa.
Thanks, Stephen Taylor. Daughter should be disappointed in you. That's a total joke. Should be very proud that your dad picked Death Spa.
Are you sure?
No. All right, guys. Next week is
Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Fart.
The butt fart?
I was gonna say Alone in the Bark. I don't know why. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for doing stuff. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes.
Adios.
Adios. You know the drill. I'm on Instagram and Snapchat at I Hate Horror.
Boognish 1985 and Horror Show Joe.
You can find me on Tinder too these days.
Jeez. I'm Paul on Grindr.
You can find Paul on Christian Mingle. Or what's the farmer one?
Fire.
Allfarmerconnection.org.
Is that it? It can't be. Rolls off the tongue nicely, though.
A website a farmer would make. I wouldn't trust a farmer dating website if it wasn't like all fucked up.
That them there.
No farmer knows how to use a computer. What a stupid idea for a website. Anyway, that's it. Alone in the Dark next week. Thank you very much. For Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
Dissect. Movies all fucking day.
Wanna play?
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch.
Dismember.
A fucking zombie getting sliced and diced. A monster.
Mutilate. And butcher. That's it, guys.